Alright, so this video will show how to remove the back seat from a Suzuki Jimny 5-door XL 2025 model. And we're going to do the video in two parts. For the first part, we're going to remove just the seat cushion, which is the bit we sit on down here. And then the second part, we're going to remove the seat backs themselves. For the first part, we're only going to need these tools. So a socket with a 10mm socket with a wrench, a shifter spanner if you don't have one of these, and a plug puller. This is designed to pull the upholstery plugs out of vehicles, but if you don't have one, you can make do with a couple of screwdrivers or borrow a fork from the kitchen and some tape to hold the plugs in place. So we'll start with the plug puller. The first thing we're going to do is remove this plug and this plug here. So we just slip the plug puller underneath and pop it up. It's just that easy. Same on this side. Great. With the plugs having been removed, I've just put some tape over here to hold them in place so we don't lose them. And then this whole assembly can just be lifted out. And we'll set that to one side. The next thing we want to do is get our shifter or socket wrench. And we want to undo this bolt here and this bolt here. Now I've already loosened these off, so I can just remove them by hand. And that's it back here. Now we head into one of the rear doors of the car. And what we want to do is lift from up underneath the seat here, around about the middle of each seat, in that sort of position there. It's held in just by a clip, but we do need to pull pretty firmly to get it to come out. Okay, so there's one side, and there's the other side, and then we can slide this whole cushion out, and here's what underneath the seat cushion looks like. These are the little clips where the metal plugs plug into. And yeah, it just requires a little bit of force to yank them out, but you're not going to break them. Now with the cushion removed, we can actually lay the seats down flat. So this is one of the biggest drawbacks of the Jimny, is that with that seat cushion in place, these seats don't lay flat, but once you've removed them, they do lay almost completely flat. So next we'll have a look at how to remove the seat backs themselves. Okay, now to remove the seat backs, you're going to need either a shifter or a socket set with a 14mm socket. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver and another little flathead screwdriver, and you might need your plug puller. So we'll start with the little flathead and the larger flathead. And we have this plastic assembly here. Protects the seat belt buckles. Now you might need the screwdrivers, you might not. It's pretty easy to just yank this guy out, but you might like to get in behind there with a screwdriver to make it a bit easier. Once that's done, I've actually loosened that. Once that's done, you've got your two seat weight sensors. Detects if someone's sitting in the seat. Incidentally, it might be helpful to unplug these if you're putting some kind of heavy weight on the back seats and you don't want to trigger those sensors. So these are mounted to a little metal plate just underneath here. So the first thing you do is slide the entire assembly off this little metal pin, and it just slots in with these little guides here. And I've already unplugged it, but You can see down the bottom here, you've got a little push button. Push in here and then pull out like that. Same on this side. Pull the entire assembly off the guide rail. Flip it over, push the lever and separate the two halves. So once that's done, we can head around to the back of the vehicle. And at this point we can lay the seats forwards, so that's what I'll do. We have this plastic shroud here. Again, you might want your flathead in there, or you might be able to just get it with your fingers. Okay, that's out. And then we need our socket, so we'll get that. Actually, before we make use of the socket, we have these little plastic covers here, and this one I've already removed, that protect the roller bearing that the seats ride upon. Now these are a bit tricky to get out, and I've already popped them out, so I'll just lift this one out and show you what you need to do. So down the side here you've got a very, very tight plastic sort of spring there, and what you'll need to do is get your little screwdriver down in there and lever that part inwards, if that makes any sense. It is a bit tricky to do because this is a very, very, very rigid plastic, but if you stick your blade down in like that and then lever away from it, you should then be able to pop it out in that orientation. So once those two are out, we can have a look at the back of the seats. Just in here we have a bolt and another one. These are your 14mm bolts. I've already loosened them. And with that out, we should be able to lift both of the seats straight up and out. It's a bit tricky to do with one hand. There's one. And the second one, just untangle the fabric from that assembly there, and like I say, the roller bearings here, they just lift straight out. Now once the seats have been removed, you can go ahead and remove two 14mm bolts here and another two up here. These two can't be accessed until after you've removed the seats, and I've already taken those two out. Once they're all out, then you can remove this entire assembly, and then you're good to go. So that's how to remove the back seats from a Suzuki Jimny 2025 model. Thanks for watching.